how are you mad at your fan base because you're afraid to put out music, and that every time you say that you're gonna give us music and we ask you about it, you get upset? Like, you literally gave us one album and that was it. So because of that, you don't have a strong enough fan base. Fans want music. Like, I say all the time, the best time for Cardi to have went on that tour was either after she dropped that album or either after her and Meg had that song WAP. That would have been the best time. But she didn't let all these years pass by, and now she's afraid to put out music because she thinks it's going to flop. And let's be real, music has changed even from 2018, 2019 to now. So she's probably afraid that she won't be able to make music that pretty much what people like in this day and age, which is understandable, but that's why you put out music consistently. That way you can adapt to the changes of music.
You guys, at this point, I am over Cardi being her shenanigans, over dropping an album, because it has been 6 whole years since she released her debut album, Invasion of Privacy, in 2018. And it is honestly insanity why this woman has not followed up since that project. Personally, over the years, I have given Cardi some grace during her album hiatus because I think she was doing a great job at keeping her fans fed with her occasional chart-topping singles like WAP and Up, and her cultural shifting features on songs like Tomorrow 2 by Glorilla and Put It on the Floor Again by Lotto. But at this point, Cardi is doing entirely too much with all the social media antics. In March of this year, Cardi B made her return to music when she dropped the Like What freestyle, and then 2 weeks later released a single titled Enough Miami, which seems to be her 5th single for the quote-unquote upcoming album. With the release and heavy promotion for both songs, not to mention the massive promotion of the single Bongos featuring Megan Thee Stallion released last year, naturally, it seemed Cardi was on the cusp of preparing for the release of a project. But here we are, nearly a year later. There has not been an official confirmation of when we can expect a new album. Recently on the platform X, formerly known as Twitter, Cardi posted a celebratory video of her joining Spotify's Billions Club, as she now has 4 songs that crossed the 1 billion streams mark on the platform. But she soon found herself in yet another online quarrel with other users over Cardi's empty promises of releasing an album and what the status of the project is. There was a person that jokingly said, "I'm so excited to put out new music. I can't wait to drop my album. Wait until I drop this song. Album coming soon." When Cardi seemingly peeped the shade from this user Tyrell, a member of Cardi's fanbase said, "Hollering cause you feel hit," in which Cardi responded, "No, it's just annoying. This means a lot to me and it's always complaining and crying with this fan base." Tyrell responded by saying, "See, your problem is that you want to create a cult and I'm just too real for that." In which Cardi responded by saying, "No, the problem is that you was even complaining when I was dropping music as well. Always got some ish to say with your 3 neck rolls." Someone else chimed in by saying, "Instead of celebrating a new achievement with Cardi, y'all want to be negative, always killing a happy moment." In which Cardi responded by saying, "That's my thing, like, okay, I get it, talk your ish, but this is a big accomplishment for me, and of course, here comes Barty again complaining like, damn, I can't celebrate ish." Tyrell continued by saying, "Another thing is, you know who is genuinely here for you, but hell if they ever give their honest opinion. It's the same thing that happened with Baby, like, girl, get your head out of your butt, be for real." In which Cardi responded by saying, "Girl, shut up, you're not here for nobody but to boost your ego, cause in real life, you overlooked. Who you here for? For me? You're the same girl that complains for every single thing I do each thing, so you can't be here for me but your own ego. You can't gaslight me." Someone else jumped in to support Cardi by saying, "It's time for her to pull back from social media platforms. Her engagement with fans is unappreciated. Transparency backfires because of her fans' weirdo entitlement. Cardi doesn't have to interact with them. She chooses to, and it's never good enough for them." In which Cardi responded by saying, "Exactly, and I tell myself this all the time, and I hate that I fall back and start interacting again and it bites me in the butt. Anyway, no album this year. I don't care. I'm relaxing this year, dropping these features I already committed to and traveling and enjoying my summer." Someone then said, "We kinda already knew that, babe," in which Cardi said, "Good, well, now I'm confirming." Finally, another person concluded this online squabble by commenting, "She does this to make y'all fight and y'all fall for it every time. The real tea is the album is nowhere near done and she's blaming fans for her own incompetence." In which Cardi responded, "Yep, it's not done because there is no album. Congrats, you won a prize for your answer. Here's your prize." After reading this exchange on X, it led me to go back and find all of the several times over the years Cardi has publicly teased her sophomore album. In February 2020, Cardi said, "I have my cool, calm, and collected songs, just missing a couple more club hits, but we're getting there. I can never put a date on it because, like, when you feel like you've got those songs, that's when it's gonna come out. I cannot put a date on my ears, you know what I'm saying?" But to be fair, this was in February, right before the pandemic started, so I get it. In February 2021, Cardi said, "I really wanted to put out an album last year, but I feel like I don't have the right songs. I recorded so many songs. I think I got like 50 songs recorded. If I'm not satisfied, I'm just not satisfied. I really wanted to put out an album this year, and I feel like I have no choice now. Now I feel like I've exceeded my limit of holdings. I just need to stop with the fear. In April 2021, Cardi went on to say, I feel like at this point, it's like a timeline that I created. Because last year I was like, I gotta put out my album this year. But then I just stopped working on my album out of nowhere because I feel like the whole COVID thing discouraged me to put out an album. Because I want to put out an album and I want to tour. A few months later, in December 2021, Cardi said, it's been a lot trying to balance out my new mother effing life. I have a lot of jobs now. I'm in a lot of positions that require a lot of my time. And on top of that, I gotta put out an album next year. Not only do I gotta put out an album, but I gotta record a movie. I've got to do so much ish, y'all. In December 2022, Cardi B went on The Breakfast Club in which she said, I have no choice. I have to put it out. I have like a couple songs that are definite. I don't know what's going on with me. I just need to make up my mind and put it out. I think I'm too much in my head about it. I feel like I'm just missing something. In May 2023, Cardi B happily announced in her IG Live that an album is coming out soon, in which she opened up about why it has been delayed for so long. Cardi said, I've been having a lot of anxiety because I know right after I drop my album, I have to go out on tour, and I have bad separation anxiety from my kids. When it comes to music and everything, I just be feeling like I don't be liking anything. I feel like I got so many songs and I don't like anything. I feel like nothing is good enough and I got so much money saved up that I just be like, yeah, whatever the Most recently, in March 2024, after the release of her two most recent singles, Cardi announced a new album releasing this year by saying, I'm not letting my anxiety, I'm not letting what the haters say, I'm not letting what the fans stop me. If I do a song, I'm just gonna effing drop it. Recently, Cardi B was coincidentally this month's cover star for Rolling Stone, and although Cardi has always been known for her raw authenticity and openness, I was pleasantly surprised at her transparency regarding her marriage and her approach to music at this point in her career during the interview. Cardi discussed her dedication to music and her anxiety and reluctance in being vulnerable in her music by saying, I really want to talk about the life changes that I've been dealing with the past 6-7 years, but then it's just like, I feel like people don't deserve to know because people use my pain against me. Like yesterday, I was scrolling through TikTok and this girl made me cry. She was just like, she has got to give it up. She's better off being an influencer. You was cosplaying being a rapper because you don't take it seriously. That's why you don't put out your music. And it's like, I take my music so effing seriously that's why I don't put it out. Because if it's not perfect to my ear, if every effing word doesn't sound like it's pronounced right, if the beat is overpowering the words, or if the words isn't overpowering the beat, I don't want to put it out. When you give so much and somebody just drags it down like you're just playing with yourself all day, just watching Netflix all effing day long, it's very hurtful. Cardi noted how she has high standards for herself and wants to create an album that impacts everyone from all walks of life by saying, I'm a different person every single day. When I'm in a good mood and I'm with my friends, I'm like, I want my ish to be played in the club. But then I might be mad with my man, so it's like, now I want to do this song. But then I want to do a pop record. I want to do my singing ish. Within the Rolling Stone article, they briefly touched on Cardi's recent social media feud on the status of her album. And there was a PR note that said an album in 2024 is still the plan. I saw a tweet that said, Cardi saying she not dropping music this year, then Atlantic publicly saying, nah, I think you are, is insane. In March 2021, Cardi hopped on IG Live in which she essentially said her fans are acting like brats by constantly requesting songs, visuals, performances on top of an album, while not realizing that those things take time and it is very discouraging to her.
And when I came out, I kept constantly dropping. I did good. I'm not on that time no more. I want my shit to be perfect. So it really aggravates me when I'm working and I'm constantly working and then people act like brats. I gotta venture off to do something, to do other business ventures. It's whack. Every time I do a business venture, you got people harassing me for an album. Mind you, I clearly stated that after this song, I'm gonna keep working on my album. I'm not putting out no singles until I drop my album. Y'all want visuals, y'all want performances, y'all want this, y'all want that with the album. So why the are you asking me to drop an album right now when y'all got all of these requests? Y'all think that happens in 2 days? You think I could rehearse a dance in 2 days? You think I could do a video in 2 days? You think I'm gonna do an award show in 2 days? No. So stop. That's annoying and it's insulting and it's discouraging.
After the release of Cardi's two most recent singles in March of this year, there was a Billboard article released that featured a debate on why Cardi does need to drop her album and why she does not need to release an album. The proponents for her releasing an album use artists like SZA, Lauryn Hill, and Notorious B.I.G. by saying SZA was able to silence all of her doubters with her second album, SOS, released in December 2022, and given what we have seen, that album has remained a staple on the charts for almost 2 years. As for Lauryn and B.I.G., They were able to cement their legacy with prolific bodies of work, including Lauren's work with the Fugees that supported her 25 years of touring off of the strength of the Miseducation album. Their argument concluded by saying, if Cardi wants to maintain her status at the top of the rap food chain, she needs another LP in her repertoire, which will not only fortify her current position in the game, but strengthen her argument when it comes to being taken seriously as an all-time great rapper. If those are the conversations she's looking to hold her own in one day, another album will cement her status in rap lore. On the opposing side, the argument for why Cardi does not need to release an album argues that
if Cardi retired today, she'd already be a Hall of Famer. She has 5 Hot 100 number ones to go with 11 top 10s and 46 entries on the chart, all in a 7-year span. Following the release of Invasion, she landed 2 number ones with WAP in 2020 alongside Megan Thee Stallion and the solo Up in 2021. During that span, she also embarked on a storied features run. Her 16s elevated careers a la Drake as her Midas touch brought mainstream awareness to hitmakers and or future stars like Glorilla, Blueface, K-Flock, and Fendi the Rapper. For Cardi, the formula from now on should be simple. Release records quarterly and demolish every feature on site. Release records quarterly and demolish every feature on site. This blueprint allows Cardi flexibility and keeps her in the Big Three conversation with Nicki and Megan regarding the female rap hierarchy, even amidst the stiffer competition from some impressive rising stars in this decade, who still have nonetheless only racked up a fraction of Cardi's career highlights and accomplishments.
Rapper and podcaster Joe Budden also commented in March by claiming that Cardi is afraid to drop.
Girl rapper wave is finito.
How you just change? You just said a couple of weeks ago that it was lit.
No, I said the cream rises to the top. So Lotto shall remain.
She will.
Flo Milli shall remain. Cardi B is afraid. And I'm tired of just nobody saying it. Cardi B is scared to come out. It don't take this long to come out. They recently just found every year where she plugged that she was coming, dating back to 2019. It's like 6 different slides in different years of you saying, hey, I have something coming. Even his freestyle was previewed a year ago. Offset the other day in his story.
Yeah,
I wish my baby would just drop.
I thought
What
that was
are
part
you
of the
afraid
setup.
of?
Lastly, I saw this comment on Reddit that somewhat reminded me of Joe's comments and the IG live from Cardi, as well as the overall state of music today. Someone said, it should be said more, fan culture or stan culture is ruining everything. Artists are being pushed too much and they don't want to release anything that's not a viral TikTok hit and a top 10 single, all while fighting to keep the spotlight on themselves and the attention economy of the internet. It sucks. No wonder everyone is exhausted. It also helps to explain why Billy and Taylor are foregoing releasing any singles. Why risk a flop? Dua Lipa went with a traditional rollout of singles over the last 6 months, but those songs were called underwhelming. It's tough to get something to really permeate the culture when everything is instant feedback and hot takes. This Reddit post made me understand Cardi's dilemma a little bit more because fan bases these days are either super critical or just fickle. An artist can release single after single, and if it does not perform well on the charts or on streaming as well as expected, then it is automatically deemed as a flop, or people don't give it the opportunity to grow on them over time. I talked about this overly critical phenomenon in my flop culture video, and also discussed the impact of artists taking long breaks in my hiatus video as well, which you should definitely check out. I will say that I could tell that Bongos featuring Megan was supposed to be the lead single for the album that was really supposed to kick off this new era, but although the song peaked at number 14 on the Billboard Hot 100, it just did not resonate with the general public as quickly as songs like WAP or Up did years prior. Personally, I did not like Bongos, nor do I really care for her recent single enough, but I appreciate the change in direction and the sound Cardi is experimenting this era. Although Cardi has spent the last few years raising her family and focusing on her endorsements, to be quite honest, I think the hype and momentum for a new Cardi album has dwindled tremendously, and it will have to take a massive hit single to reignite the spark with the general public needed to either match the success of Invasion of Privacy or surpass it. I think Cardi has a lot of potential to do even better than Invasion of Privacy, but I cannot emphasize this enough that she has to get off of social media and just get out of her own head. It is easier said than done, but Cardi has to remember that she has the platinum plaques, Grammy, #1 songs, amazing performances, and billions of streams to prove that she is capable of delivering a hit album. So hopefully this year will be the year she fulfills her promise. Let me know in the comments if you think Cardi should release her second album, or if she is better off not releasing anything at all at this point. Should she just focus on her brand deals and doing guest features on other people's songs? What do you think about the female rap scene at this point? Do you think Cardi has what it takes to release an album that matches or surpasses the success of Invasion of Privacy? Thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed this video, Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and turn on your notification bell, and I'll see you next time.